Cabrera chops one right side. Cronenworth to first. Padres win their first.
One down, 161 to go. A thrilling opening day win for the Padres with a lot to be excited about on and off the field. Plus the debut of the Padres' new full-time radio broadcaster. How Tony Gwynn Jr. is reminding a lot of people of his legendary father. And a San Diego company about to release an extremely accurate rapid COVID test you can take at home.
ABC 10 News at 6 starts now.
This is a day Padres fans have been waiting for a long time. Good evening, I'm Kimberly Hunt. And this afternoon, the team welcomed back fans for the first time in over a year. The Padres even kicked off the year with a thrilling opening day win. My co-anchor Steve Atkinson, along with sports director Ben Higgins, took it all in from the Marriott above Petco Park. Great day out there, gentlemen.
It was a fantastic day here at the Altitude Sky Lounge, Kim. We literally had a bird's eye view of the park overlooking Petco Park behind us. Lucky enough, 8,400 fans or so got a chance to be in there, but we had that bird's eye view. At times it was a good view, at times it was a terrible view, and then it was a good view.
Yes, that's exactly how the game went. It was just a roller coaster. Padres pulled it out 8-7. We'll have highlights coming up, but mostly I got my winning smile on because I can't believe it's been 2 years since we've had an opening day. Just amazing. Of course, if you couldn't be here, watched it on TV, or of course, listened to it on the radio. And you know, he's got a name revered by Padres fans. He sounds just like his dad, Tony Gwynn Jr., starting his first full season as a Padres radio broadcaster. And every time he opens his mouth, he reminds all of us of a San Diego baseball legend.
Man, I just can't get over how much you sound like your dad. Or the one I enjoy the most is it brings me so much joy to hear your voice because it reminds me of your dad.
For some people, having such a famous and beloved father might be a burden, but Tony Jr. embraces the Gwynn legacy.
In some ways, it allows me to remain really close to my pops, even though he's not here.
Tony Jr. is used to following in his Hall of Fame father's footsteps. He even played for the Padres during his big league career. But now, alongside play-by-play man Jesse Agler, he'll be calling games night in and night out. And Gwynn knows better than anyone how fans count on the radio broadcast team.
A lot of times, my mom would have the game on in the house, so we would be able to listen to it.
Gwynn, of course, brings a huge knowledge of the game to the chair.
This is a guy that is really striving to be better than he has been in the past.
And he's also been a Padres fan since birth.
Clearly, I want the Padres to win, but while I'm doing the game, I think I have to be in a position where I am down the middle. You know, I have to call it exactly how I see it.
Really could be the MVP year in and year out.
And his timing couldn't be better, with 2021 shaping up as a potentially special season.
It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. I mean, this team has so much potential to be, you know, a World Series winner.
You can hear Tony and Jesse every game on the flagship station 97.3 The Fan. I heard they have a decent morning show, too.
Pretty good guys in the morning from what I've heard, yeah. So, yeah, there's just so much excitement about this team. Everybody's giddy, and I think, you know, there's this feeling that there's this renewed sense of hope. We're all just so happy.
I mean, today was hopefully one of about 98 or 99 wins this season.
That's a pretty bold prediction right there. Kim, as we mentioned, there is this renewed sense of hope. I've been a sportscaster in my past life as well, been to a lot of opening days. But this one had a different feeling. If we've been so long in this pandemic, many, many months, people are out and about, and with the limited capacity in the stadium, this area here in the gas lamp is going to be filled with people for quite some time because everybody just kind of wants to get out and enjoy and be part of this process, and this is where they're gathering to do it.
Yep. Hey, Steve, what about you and Ben? Do you two like the brown and gold?
I love the brown and gold. It's always been my favorite. Now, Ben, who grew up here in San Diego, what's your thought about that?
About what?
About the color of the uniform.
It's gorgeous. Brown and gold is the best.
It is a fantastic uniform, Kim. That's what we're looking forward to this season. The brown and the gold finally winning the World Series.
That's right. We'll ride it all the way to the World Series. Thank you, Steve. We'll check back in. And it's the first time in a long time the East Village saw crowds of Padres fans. There are restrictions such as social distancing and face masks, but it's not stopping fans from coming out and supporting their team. With the crowds comes a big boost for businesses. And now that the county is in the red tier, restaurants can seat indoors at limited capacity. Restaurant owners in East Village say they're ready to welcome back Padres fans.
We felt like so much energy because I feel like lots of fans are coming here. They're wearing all their gear.
Many of the restaurants tell us that they're running opening day specials throughout the evening. And 10news.com has a section devoted to Padres opening day. You can test your Friar knowledge with an interactive quiz and see what tickets will cost in different parts of the ballpark. We also have a link to join our ABC 10 News Friar Nation Facebook group. Turning now to the weather and a live look outside. Cue the airplane on the way to Lindbergh Field. Another day of record-setting heat in San Diego County. And Jennifer De La Cruz is joining us tonight, and just couldn't get prettier out there. Beautiful evening, Jen.
Yeah, really nice conditions for anyone who was out at the ball game today, and a lot of people who were hitting the beaches again. We had a second day of record-breaking temperatures in San Diego with a high temperature of 88 degrees in the downtown area. Chula Vista and Ramona both hit records today at 87. Miramar, Poway, and Escondido, while they didn't hit records, they were all in the 90s today. So quite a scorcher, but we do have some relief on the way. And as we take you live outside right now in Del Mar, lots of people out there cooling off at the coastline. We will see cooler temperatures for tomorrow, even though it's still going to be above where we should be for this time in April. Right now, it's still 80 degrees in the downtown area, 70s for the rest of the coastline, and for some of our inland valleys as well, starting to cool down in Escondido and Poway at 75 degrees. We're actually cooler than where we were at this time yesterday by anywhere between 5 to 10 degrees, but still very warm out there. It's going to get much better for tomorrow, hour by hour. At the coast, temperatures will be in the 50s for tonight, mostly clear skies, and another full day of sunshine for tomorrow. I'm tracking when our temperatures are really cooling down coming up in your 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Jen. And now for a developing story. Police believe someone deliberately set fire to a home in Mountain View this morning, killing 3 people inside. As ABC 10 News reporter Michael Chen explains, neighbors described a heartbreaking scene.
Amid the flames, a frantic and wrenching scene greeting firefighters just past 6:15 in the morning at this home on South 38th Street.
There were neighbors out front explaining that there was 3 people trapped inside. They were trying to put water on the fire.
Fire officials say neighbors had heard screams for help. Firefighters had to force their way in.
When crews first arrived at scene, we did find security bars that they had to force through to gain entry into the front door.
Police say near the front door were the bodies of 3 adults, badly burned. The fire knocked down in about 15 minutes. The only survivors, 2 dogs, now placed in the care of the Humane Society. Within hours, investigators were calling the fire a suspected arson.
Based on the information from the fire department about the cause and origin of the fire, it appears to be intentionally set.
Fire officials haven't released the cause or origin, but did tell us the flames and smoke were heaviest in the front of the house. We did spot security bars on several windows, but it's not known if any of those prevented an escape. We are learning more about the victims. A relative of the homeowner tells us the home was being rented out. Neighbors say the residents were a man and his wife, both in their 40s, along with their adult son. The investigation into their deaths has just begun, but police say they do not believe there are any outstanding suspects or any danger to the community. Michael Chen, ABC 10 News.
The identities of the victims have yet to be released, and anyone with information is asked to call the San Diego Police or Crime Stoppers. 6 people recovering from COVID will need to find a new place to stay after a house fire. It happened just before noon on Westport Street in Paradise Hills. Flames were pouring out of the garage when fire crews arrived, and the flames spread into the home and attic. The Red Cross is helping the 5 adults and 1 child find emergency lodging. Turning to coronavirus, everyone 50 and over are now eligible for a vaccine. And the county says it's starting to make better progress vaccinating seniors who are homebound. It's an issue that we reported last month. The county admits that problems led to a significant backlog of homebound seniors unable to get the vaccine. Today, County Supervisor Nathan Fletcher said they are working through that backlog, but it's slow.
and you have to take all of the infrastructure associated with administering a vaccine to someone's house and set up, do all the paperwork, administer the vaccine, and then wait the appropriate amount of time, generally longer for these individuals because they are in higher risk. So we're working through it. We've got a number of providers that are helping.
Fletcher says that they've caught up enough that now any homebound San Diegan can sign up, not just seniors. And the county reported another 252 cases today, while our test positivity rate dipped to 2%. Also encouraging, there were no new deaths reported today, and it's not Monday. So that total stands at just over 3,500. Legoland reopened today for the first time in more than a year. For the next 2 weeks, the park will only be open to annual pass holders and hotel guests, and it opens to the general public April 15th. Right now, the park is limited to 15% capacity for in-state visitors only. Tickets must be purchased online in advance. San Diego State will hold an in-person commencement this year. Today, the university announced it will have those ceremonies over 3 days at Petco Park from May 25th to May 27th. A live stream will be made available, and there will also be a virtual ceremony for students who cannot attend in person.